I know you're listening. You're here because something isn't right. Something feels twisted, upside down. Things don't add up. Hello, human. Welcome to our twisted universe. Our Twisted Universe proudly presents Spill the Tea. In this weekly podcast, we will be discussing weekly happenings with renowned psychic and medium Firedancer. We will be covering topics like shamanic travels, predictions, messages from spirit, and of course, the weekly spilled tea. Our guest Firedancer is a Reiki master. She is trained and certified in theta and quantum healing, and she is best known as a psychic medium. Joining Firedancer are our Twisted Universe hosts, Madison and Christy. Stay tuned after the podcast for a short clearing prayer to remove unwanted dark attachments and entities.
Hi, and welcome to our Twisted Universe. Today, we're going to be talking with Firedancer, and she's going to update us on the weekly happenings. Hi, Firedancer.
Hey guys. Okay, so this week I'm not going to try and sugarcoat it. I'm not going to, bring it. We're going to reach a peak at the end of this. Okay, we are, I promise. So this week, everybody knows we had literally our butts kicked. So many people cannot stay awake. They're having a hard time getting through the day. Coffee gives them jitters. They're getting really sick. We have got a lot of solar flares popping off. And the message I got tonight was, and I actually was like, okay, what do I need to say? And they said, let them know, yes, it's a thunderstorm. But when the last lightning cracks, that's when things will change. So I know there's a lot going on. Like I was getting channels from like ETs, and I don't get channels from ETs. I never channel ETs. So the fact they were coming through, I was like, okay, this is kind of getting interesting. And the messages I got were rest. Let go of what you don't need, because we are literally in a whole new existence nobody saw coming. This is beyond New Earth, okay? This is not a 5D bird cage trapping your head into this whole new thing. Like the inverted systems have been exposed. The archangels, the inverted system, that one is actually being deleted. And if you notice, you'll know when you're getting the true names, because it's almost Aztecan. It's literally like ancient, like Aztec, Mayan, way back names. And it's more earthy than what we realized before. So the biggest thing too was they said, be gentle with your bodies. They understand like everything, even our own cells are understanding we are getting bombarded. It's like, if you are noticing your body is forcing you into a fast or a detox, jump on that train. If everything you eat is making you sick, be gentle with yourself. Your body is screaming at you and letting you know what is okay and what is not okay. And Madison, you're
That's me right now. I'm like, okay, so I haven't had much of an appetite, but I also have like recently discovered I am seriously allergic to milk or dairy. And I'm getting out of the habit of just like eating dairy because I've eaten it for so long. And I've gone probably like almost 2 months with like mostly not having any dairy. And it makes me so sick. I had a bowl of ice cream last night. I felt like I was going to throw up. I was so sick last night. And I've mostly been wanting to just eat like, it's so weird because when you were here, you wanted to eat grapes a lot. I've been feeling the need to eat grapes and salad.
I think I drove your mom nuts with the grapes.
I love grapes, but I'm like, oh, we're having rice with dinner. I'm going to have a salad instead. Like,
yeah, that's been happening. Nothing tastes good to me. I don't know.
I just want to eat fresh salad, like greens, vegetables.
Have you noticed this one too? Have you noticed your skin is just sloughing off of you? Have you noticed this?
Yes. actually, I have been having that happen. Most of my legs, I moisturize like crazy, and I've been having really dry skin. Having really dry skin, and I moisturize, and I still have dry skin. So I have noticed like my body's going through like a weird transformation.
Firedancer, what's
Yeah.
happening to us? Is it the Schumann resonance? What's going on?
So I'm literally hearing, so glad you asked that question. Okay. So what is literally happening is our bodies is changing with everything that's going on outside of us. Yes, part of it is solar flare. A lot of it is DNA upgrades. So, I deal with theta. And let me tell you, I have literally seen this like merging of all these different like systems. It's almost like the whole network like turned together and like lit up, and it's just been happening across everybody. So another thing I don't know if you guys have had this happen or not. Have you noticed when you take a deep breath, like if you're doing meditative breathing, when you breathe out, there's actually a mist that is coming out of you? Have you noticed this?
I don't
know. It's not something I feel like I've like paid attention to.
Okay, so if you get that, understand we are actually going to start physically seeing energy change. Our eyes are literally being upgraded. I remember it was it like 2 weeks ago? We were all having eye problems, like goop was on our eyes. We are literally, our bodies are transforming because the crystallines are underneath them. Right. So it's literally like this is like literally peeling away. Remember I told you I had the visions of people like literally like splitting and their skin changing and like a whole new person standing there. This is what's literally happening, but it's happening in a rate that doesn't send us into shock wave. Now, the biggest thing right now too is I'm also been getting the message to not play into the flags. Remember, we are in a football game on this aspect. Interesting tie in there. So we're basically in, and it's capturing the flags. And right now it's like, while we have to hold that space for those who are affected, we also have to see the bigger picture of, is this source's highest truth? Is this aligned with the highest truth? Or is this a trick against my energy and my own mind? We have to, it may sound really rude, but right now we are literally in the final, like the split is done. Like the split has happened. It's just those tendrils of everything falling away. And it's almost like when you get shaken so much, there comes a point where your vision becomes blurred. And before you know it, it's like you snap out of it. You wake up and go, wait a minute, where am I? And that's literally what's getting ready to happen. It's like everybody's kind of like being shaken, but those of us who are able to maintain the focus and keep looking forward, we're able to see past it. But there's those who are like literally getting shaken to where it's almost like when you go really, really fast, how everything just stays the same.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, once that stops, it's like they snap out and go, oh, wait, what happened? So there is a lot of transformation going on. Now, let's go on to the upswing of this transformation, okay? We're talking like bridges being built. We're talking about community standing together. We're talking about people literally embracing each other and telling those who are not exactly of our highest good, like it's the pot is boiling over. Oh, okay. I was like, what did I do? What? Do we have technical issues?
Peace out. Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Don't
So
go
it's
now, just go away.
like, so we've had so many of us working really hard to create. Now, this is going to be a time where people are really going to get deep. Pardon my French. They're going to get deep in understanding energy, because now it is more present, more knowing, and more aware than people have been. People are having deja vu moments. People are having these moments of like epiphanies. And I can't tell you the amount of caravans that went out this week with people just being guided to drop everything, leave their jobs, leave their houses, take a backpack and go. So it's one of those times like it's really wild to be alive. And I am sitting back going, I'm not even afraid. So the new thing this week for our mantras, ladies, are we ready for this? We're going to keep going forward. We're not going to let the chaos of the world get to us. We're going to let our hearts be the compass and our moral guide, because we know what they're trying to pull. We have that ability to do the ho'oponopono, continue walking on, because we are not going to keep it getting held back. Okay. So this week's mantra, are you ladies ready?
Let's go.
Okay. The mantra this week is, I do not receive your energy of lack within my existence. Did you get
I
that?
do not receive your energy of lack in my existence.
Yes. How about you?
I do not receive your energy of lack in my existence. I don't feel that. I don't exist in that timeline.
Exactly. So here's the thing. Because we are keeping our hearts forward, okay? We have to keep our light shining. We have to keep going forward. So what we are doing is we are amplifying we are not, no, I don't receive that. Like, I'm having to say that a lot lately. I don't receive that. I don't receive that.
Positive vibes, putting out
Yeah. And
good.
Heart energy.
yeah. And oh my goodness, it's like gossip tonight is crazy.
I'm getting right now, I'm getting like where our hearts are like a lighthouse shining through, guiding us through this time right now. And it's our hearts we have a light coming out. We do right now. I mean, I'm not just talking about myself. I'm talking about we all have that going on right now. It's guiding us to our highest good. We got that light showing us the way, showing us through the darkness into our I don't know, Garden of Eden, our happiness, the greatness, the greatness of life.
Young grasshopper, I am so proud of you right now. That was a big thing for you to accomplish. That I'm so proud of you. But yes, I absolutely love that, because that really, like, you know, if you think about it, like, our moral compass has always been ingrained by other people. And if you notice, now here's the thing, if you get angry, like somebody says something and you actually get angry, there's boundaries of no more. Like, people are like gaining like a whole new armor. So it's going to be really interesting. So by the time we do our next podcast, just try to really keep your energy forward. Like you said, like, see that lighthouse beacon, you know, and like, you know, the light does turn. So it's like, allow it to illuminate what's behind you for anything that you might see, like an attack coming, you know, like that kind of thing. But it's going to be a really fast week. It really is. It's going to be like you take a bow and arrow. If you take a bow and arrow and you kind of pull it back and you let it go, that's how this next week is going to be going. Like, I literally see Saturday, I'm hearing like bull run. I don't know what that's about, but bull run, Sunday's bull in the China shop. Really? It's going to be an interesting week.
Saturday and Sunday, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I just got bull run on Saturday in a China shop on Sunday.
So I have an interesting thing. So I'm supposed to go out on Saturday, but inside I'm feeling a little discomfort with it for some reason. There's just something off about it to me, and I feel like I shouldn't. I feel like I should avoid doing that. And whereas, like, you know, in other situations, I haven't felt that way. But on Saturday, I feel like the need to stay off the roads. I think that's interesting. I'm resonating a
I
lot with
think
what you're
you need
saying.
to.
So
Yeah, there's going to be a big. It makes a lot of sense. You know, we're getting hit from a lot of angles right now, between energetically, human, physical, mental, emotional. We're all being pulled all over the place. So the fact that you've already been feeling this, Madison, I'm going to ask you to honor your intuition.
Yeah.
A lot of people are having to understand their intuition is guiding them. Remember, we were just talking about moral compasses, like you just said, lighthouse, moral compasses. Like, trust your intuition. It is your guidance. It is the one that's going to keep you safe, because if you go against that, let's not put it out there, but let's be honest.
yeah. No, I feel like I've already made my decision on the whole subject. It's better to just take a night in on Saturday. Just something in me is making me feel uneasy. And I feel like it's best to just stay home, spend time with family. That's what I should be putting my focus in.
Eat salad,
Saturday.
drink water.
That's how I've been feeling since last week. I mean, I had these plans to go out on this Saturday, and something is just kind of like telling me, like, hold off on that. That's not what you're doing.
And it's like I said, it's kind of crazy when I sit down and I get a moment to look at how things are really changing. And while, what do they call them in Harry Potter? Muggles?
Yes.
Muggles.
I remember that conversation.
Muggles sit there and they're like freaking out, like they don't understand. Where we're like, what's the lesson in this? Is this done? What did I learn from this? Like we're like looking at things a little bit differently, and it's just, I think it's those who refuse to see or believe in a false integrated system are going to have a cosmic slap this weekend. And
the false matrix is falling.
oh girl, oh my, we're not going to get into that. I'm just going to do what she said, write that sci-fi novel so I can talk about the grid that we put in and all of that, because it's a lot. What did you say?
I said, you got to write it so I can read it.
I know, we were like up to what, like 12 chapters when me and you were talking?
The story.
Right? Just put it all out in writing and just, there, you want to know, read the book. Save me from repeat.
So what you're saying is muggles are really going to be on the struggle bus, and people that are awake are just going to trust their intuition and stay home on Saturday.
Yes. And I'm also getting some sensations in my stomach right now. So what's this about? Emotional overloads. Okay. When you oh, they are so mean right now. Okay. Put your hands on your stomach. Okay, like on top of each other. Just put them on your stomach. Okay. And then, do you feel like prickly energy at all in that space?
Yes.
Okay, so you have emotions you need to work through. And the thing is this is the time they want us to be light as a feather, stiff as a board. They want us to release all these energies that are really heavy and like kind of tying us back, because we are lifting. So in order for us to fully lift, we have to release all these emotions. Honor your intuition, honor your body's requirements. And if you spend a lot of time in the bathroom, it's okay.
You know what I've been called to do, and it's just almost an obsession right now, is go float in water.
I know
It's,
what to do this
you're
weekend.
not alone.
It's a pool day.
I've been wanting to go skinny dipping. I want to be completely naked, surrounded by water. And I'm like, the bathtub just ain't going to cut it.
I think we should go tubing.
Something, well, that requires us to leave the house on Saturday.
Well, she didn't say anything about not leaving the house. She just said trust your intuition.
That's
Gotta get
true.
into
If you're
a
going to nature, I'm pretty going to nature. I'm pretty positive would be supported. Going to a bar to act stupid, probably not supported.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. So, which should we do a clearing bubble
That sounds
or
great.
not? It don't matter to me. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a bubble over anybody who chooses to receive this, a cleanse out, and we're going to clear all stagnant energies, anything heavy from the feet, merging upwards through the crown and out through a hole, so that it's releasing out of us. Release. Okay, now I'm gonna bring down source energy to flood around the bubble for us to absorb as we choose to, anchoring it down into the earth and breathing in the good stuff. All right, how's that feel, ladies? Apparently I messed with my daughter's phone in that moment.
You did. It's gone now. I was actually thinking about a couple weeks ago when me and you were talking and you did some energy on me and I got really sick afterwards. Not that I think that's like a bad thing. I think it was like me purging. But like I had to purge and I was like, I just had energy work done on me. I didn't even think about it. And it took me a while to like register that. And I don't know, I felt like I needed to tell you that for some reason. Like
It's actually
physically purged like whatever was stuck up in me.
It's kind of crazy. The amount of purging that you actually, when you choose to do a purging and you really take in that energy work, it's like your body's vibration shifts, your DNA spins a little bit differently, your energy spins a little bit differently. So it's like whatever is foreign to the body that's making it uncomfortable, it's going to come out. And it's going to come out one way or another. So either pick up a magazine and some air freshener or pull your hair back in a ponytail. One way or another, it's coming out.
I'm not going to disclose how it came out, but
I'm just saying, energy has to move. When you purge, it has to release.
it was really interesting. It wasn't something I've been able to mention to you recently. So I was just like,
And as much as we talk, really,
you really helped me, and I physically felt the
Shift.
yeah. Sorry, lost a word, but I did. Yeah, it was good. I don't know.
well, I'm happy to hear that.
I've been feeling fantastic. I mean, overall, like I definitely have had some like ups and downs here, but I've just been feeling great. I don't know, like emotionally, I just feel very optimistic and open and
Keep that vibration. You're gonna need it.
I've never felt this way my entire life. And it's just really interesting to experience. It's coming into a self that I dreamed of, and I feel like I'm becoming that person I always wanted to be and always like had inside me. And I'm just like, I'm projecting that out into the world now. And I don't know. It's just, I feel great. I feel fantastic. I don't know.
That's good. That's good.
For sure. We're definitely on an uptick. We just got to ride that wave.
Yeah, it's gonna get it's it's one of those things. Like, I've heard other people say things, like a buddy of mine, he's like 10 weeks. And I'm like, 10 weeks for what? He's like, 10 weeks to stock up. And I'm like, okay. So to my daughter says, so we're gonna have a bunch of snacky stuff, because nothing sounds good to me. Nothing. And I'm really like taking this opportunity to get to just water and sunlight. Like, I'm going to really bust my butt just to be surviving off of water and sunlight. I don't know how well I'm going to do, but I'm going to try. I'll let you know how it goes.
I've been doing it. I haven't had much of an appetite lately. I've mostly just.
So you're solar powered. I call it solar powered. So if I get out there first thing in the morning and I catch that sun, like, even because like my window is like perfect, like it catches the sun when it first comes up. If I go stand outside and I catch those first sun rays, right, I get energized. I go get coffee. I have no problem purging anything that's been hanging it back on my plate, and I purge, and then I go about my day, and I forget that I'm even needing food. And it's really kind of weird, because like, we've become so sensitive. If you notice, it's like, if you get anything that's not organic, you can taste the spray even within the fruit. Have you noticed that?
Nothing tastes good. Nothing.
It's hard. Yeah. Just mostly water for me. We got some of that coconut water mix that you were talking about last week, and I've been drinking that mostly, and I'm just not hungry. I don't feel hungry at all.
It's almost like we're forcing ourselves to eat.
It's like, yeah,
it's weird.
I'm eating because I know I should, but not because I want to. My body doesn't feel hungry. It's just like, oh, I haven't eaten in like 5 hours. I should probably have a snack or something,
I would love to hear from any of our viewers if you're experiencing similar symptoms. As
lack of appetite, feeling the inclination to not, eat meat maybe, or maybe eating some more meat, or having some more vegetables or fruits specifically, anything like that. It'd be interesting to hear back about, for sure.
Any real changes in your eating?
The only thing that I've actually noticed I crave are earthy grounding foods, rye chips, because of the salt in the rye. And then like, I don't even really go near bread anymore, but I'll eat crackers, and it's like 4 crackers and I'm good. Like, I can't really buy food right now. It's just literally a waste right now in this moment. It's so weird. Christy, what about you? I know you went on a green tea kick for a while.
Yeah,
and cutting out sweets and was sugar and starch, I think, is what you were cutting out, right? Sugars and starches.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of, it's, up and down for me, but mostly my focus is to avoid dairy and wheat, and definitely sugar.
That's the one thing dairy is the one thing I've had a problem with. And it's like, I know at this point, like, I recognize, like, it is not good for me. And then they eat it without even thinking about it. I'm not even doing it intentionally. It's almost like out of habit. Like, my body's like reacting habitually to it. And then I'm like, oh man, I am so sick right now. And then, I just continue to avoid it like the plague now, because it just makes me so sick.
Yeah, I would really love, I agree with you, Christy. I would love to hear what other people are having, because the list of symptoms is absolutely miles long. And if you look at other people's comments, you'll kind of start to see like the patterns and stuff. And they're not letting me see super far in the future. All I know is I'm being told that when it's over, we're going to be looking at it all, smiling, saying that was a ride, and we are going to be finally at a peace. So whatever this ride is, whatever we got going on, this new timeline, and that might be why, is because of the fact this is one that has literally, they had no idea it existed. No idea. So like here we are hanging out on this timeline. So nothing has been seen on it.
So
It's
this is a
brand
split from
new.
something that even your guides couldn't foretell. That's insane.
Yes, it was literally like, it was like I was sitting there and because I finally got in, like, you know, like I said, I started getting these messages tonight, and I was like, because I've been really tuned out. I have a lot going on, so I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm focusing on what I need to do to keep going forward. So they were kind of appreciative of, like, you know, hey, she's gonna sit down, we can talk. So it was literally like I was literally handed this file, and she says, this was literally a top secret classified mission that Dark almost got its hands on. And I was like, what? And it literally took out the kill switch. It reversed everything. So we're literally in a holding space on a whole different timeline. And we're going to basically just bring whatever, you know, and go forward. So yeah, it's something really wild just happened for sure.
So do you think we're gonna go through like you know, kind of like the saying, like it's darkest before the light, you know, it's gonna get a lot worse.
Oh yeah.
Better.
Yeah, like they said, we're gonna have that. Like they said, we're gonna have that last crackle of lightning, and then everything. So we have a storm we have to go through, but don't let what they're doing, like, see it, like we got to keep going forward, because if we stop,
They win.
it's game over.
It's like,
Yep. So we just got to
don't
keep going
look
forward.
back. It's almost like the story of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Don't look at
Job's right. Job's wife. Don't look back at the city. Don't look back at the city, or you'll be turned to stone. Is that salt? Sorry.
It's one of those things, like, I'm not going to sit here and promote fear. You guys know me. You know me all too well, that I will never give fear that energy, because I got a lot different, better things I can do to put my energy towards.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things of, like I said, I'm not trying to sound doom and gloom. Please understand that I am literally saying, yeah, we're going to have a little bit of an ass kicking. Bulls are going to be riding the streets come, you know, Saturday, but we're going up the hill.
Ultimately,
and it's one of those
our
things,
decision to move forward. It's ultimately
it's
to step into that timeline, that positive timeline that we want.
And it's literally like
life. So
do you remember in the 80s the Berlin Wall?
Yes.
No.
This is the second one.
Well, in the
okay. Thanks for reminding me how old I am.
Sorry.
Madison.
Germany was separated like South Korea and North Korea. That's exactly what it was like.
I know what it was. I don't remember the Berlin.
Yeah.
I wasn't even a
like literally like it's like you can literally go back. It's like you can literally go back to that moment, play the Scorpion song all over again, and when you look past that wall, girl, yeah, I know you know what I meant when I said the Scorpion song.
Oh yeah.
When you look past that wall, no, it's like we just gotta start walking. Got to start walking over those bricks, because we busted down the wall. Here we are. Let's keep going. So keep the hope in your heart, keep the light, keep the love, allow the anger to establish boundaries, because we are not being stepped on anymore. I saw that. And pay attention to your intuition. Focus. Oh, so here's a new one I started too. And play along if you want to. It actually does shift the energy quite a bit. And this is actually how I started really getting into the like not eating. So every time I would make something, I go outside and I stand on my feet in the grass and I will blow over it to share with nature. Or I'll sprinkle some on the ground and I'll practice gratitude. Because it's like if you get yourself in that gratitude frequency, it's like that also helps in your shift. So anything that you can do to shift your frequency to the positive will be a good thing. So if you want to add that into your routine, and then remember, what's our mantra for this week?
We we're not going to allow. Now I've already forgotten. It's
I do not accept the lack
of
I do not receive your energy of lack.
I do not
Within my
receive the
space.
energy of lack.
do not receive your energy of lack. Not in me.
And I am abundant. Yeah. Or there you go. I'm a lighthouse and I am abundant. I am, there you go. I like that. We'll sling that together. How about that? We'll stitch that together. I do not receive your energy of lack, for I am an abundant lighthouse.
Okay.
Yes, love it.
Got that, everyone?
Stick to it. Stay positive.
Yes.
We're gonna get
And
through
drink
it.
a lot of water.
Lots of water. Hydrate. Okay.
Well, thank you so much.
It's been wonderful talking to you.
Yeah, it's been a great time. And I think you brought forward a really important message. We'll be paying attention to that this week for sure.
I think we needed it for
Yeah.
sure. And I'm really happy that I'm resonating along with that. And it just makes me feel like I'm doing something right. So
Thank you so much. We'll be seeing you next week.
have a great night, Firedancer. And have a great night, everybody.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. Come back soon for more great videos on strange and unusual topics, psychics, hauntings, energy healing, UFOs, entities, and other twisted shenanigans. Keep listening for a short clearing prayer.
We welcome all higher dimensional beings, archangels, and spirit guides in love and light. We speak to you from our heart to the Creator being. We are shrouded in light and love and are protected. We release any attachments or agreements that are not in our highest good and greatest good. We ask you to go in peace. The Creator welcomes you. You are healed and forgiven, lifted and enlightened. You are healed and forgiven, lifted and enlightened. You are surrounded with the Creator's light and love, safe to leave and ascend to your highest good. We ask the divine beings to help you move into your perfect place. Go in peace and love.